Hi boys and girls. This is a tutorial on how to make a hat using Loom. So after you've chosen your yarn and you've chosen the size loom that works for you, you're going to find the peg on the outside and you are going to double knot your yarn on this peg. Eventually it's going to come off, so don't do it super tight, but tight enough that it's going to stay throughout this whole process. Then you are going to begin wrapping your yarn around each peg. One thing that's extremely important is the direction and the way in which you wrap it. So the yarn needs to go from the inside to the outside. And what I mean by that is you start kind of towards the inside of the circle and then wrap towards the outside. If you wrap from the outside to the inside, you're going to be creating basically a bunch of knots, and you won't be able to pull the yarn from the bottom loop over to the top. So make sure that you're going from towards the inside of the circle to the outside of the circle. So you are going to work your way all the way around, and don't do it too tight because eventually you're going to be needing to pull the bottom loop over the top. So it's just tight enough so that it'll stay and not fall off. So you make your way all the way around. Now I'm back to the beginning. That's one row. The first time that you do this, you're going to wrap 2 rows. And then you can kind of pull the first row down. Okay, wrapping all the way around. Now once you get back to the beginning, so this is the last one that I wrapped. So now this peg has 2, this peg has 2, 1, 2, and so does this one, 1, 2, and so does this one, 1, 2. You take your hook and you are going to pull the bottom loop over the top, like that. And now this one's not going to come undone, so I can let go of it. And now I'm going to go around and I'm going to do the same thing for the rest of them. So I'm going to pull the bottom loop over the top one, bottom loop over the top one. And if you've done it loose enough, you shouldn't have a problem. If it's too tight, you might need to take it off and start again. So bottom one over the top, bottom one over the top, bottom one over the top, and you're going to make your way all the way around. I'm going to do it facing me. So you're going to make your way all the way around. To where you started. And once you've got back to the beginning, okay, you're going to take it and you're going to pull it down to the base, like this. And then you are going to, again, take your yarn and going from the inside first to then the outside, you're going to wrap. Now this time you're only going to wrap 1 row. So you work your way around, starting from the inside of the loom, then wrapping towards the outside. work your way back to the beginning. And now once I get back to where I started, I wrap that bottom over the top. And I repeat all the way around. So now we're in a pattern of wrapping a row and then looping, pulling and looping a row. Wrapping a row, looping a row. Wrapping a row, looping a row. So you're going to continue to do this, and the hat's going to build towards the center. So if you're making this hat for yourself, this hat is for an infant, so I only made it a few inches long, but if you're making it for yourself, it needs to be about 8 inches long, so you can measure it from here to the base. Once it's about 8 inches long, you can then begin to take it off of your loom. So take your string and wrap it all the way around, and that's going to be about how much you need. You might want to give yourself a little bit extra. Take your needle, tie it through, and then you're going to be going through each of these loops, going through with the needle, pulling it tight, and then making it come off the loom. So you're going to go all the way around until all of the loops are off the pegs. Once you've made it all the way around, you can take the last one off. And then I've already done this, but you can remove the string from that outside peg. And this is the top of the hat. So you're going to then pull tight to close that opening. Okay, so here's the top and here's the bottom. Now, we're gonna take our needle and we're gonna send it through to the inside of the hat on the opposite side of where the string ends. Send it through the opposite side so that it's now, and then pull it through, so now we're on the inside. So now flip it over, now we're on the inside. And you are going to tie it. So you're going to take your needle and you're going to make a loop so that you can double knot. And we'll do 1 knot, 2 knots, and then we'll pull it tight. And then we can cut it. And there you have your hat. Now, this little string that's hanging off from where we started, I pushed it through so that it's on the inside. And then I'm going to then do the same kind of thing, make a double knot. Tie it tight, and then snip it, and then you're all done. My bottom looks a little different because I made a brim, and I can show you how to do that in the next class. So if you want to make a pom-pom for your hat, take a piece of string that's maybe about 10 to 12 inches long, cut it, lie it down, then get your yarn, using your fingers, keep your fingers about evenly spaced apart, start to wrap the yarn this way, and then go back
way. And you want to keep it relatively loose because eventually you're going to take this off your hands. So you want to go all the way this way, and then all the way this way. And you want to keep wrapping until you get a nice big thick piece. The more you have, the bigger your pom-pom's going to be. Okay, once I'm satisfied, I can trim it, take it off my hand carefully, place it over the string, and then tie it, double knot it right in the middle there. You might want to have someone help you. Okay, then I'm going to take my scissors and I'm going to cut all of these looped pieces. Then I'm going to thread the two long pieces through the needle. Send them through the top of the hat. One's gonna go kind of on one side of the top. And then the other one's gonna go through the opposite side. So if this one, I went through here, the other one's gonna go on the opposite side of the hole. I'm gonna pull it through. So now the pom-pom is secured on the top of the hat. And if I go to the inside, I'm going to tie these two pieces together. I'm going to double knot it. And so I'm going to double knot this, and then I'm going to cut it. And then if you want to trim your pom-pom, you can hold it over the garbage and you can kind of give your pom-pom a haircut so that it's all uniform all the way around, and then you'll have a pom-pom on the top of your hat.